Well, I think that you've been in the business long enough where you probably have experienced some difficulty with being a landlord. Yes
Yeah,
or no?
for sure.
So maybe tell us one of the challenges you've experienced and maybe something that makes you pull your hair out about, what am I doing in this business?
I think one of the challenges is that the more I'm using rental property to give back time to myself, my family, the more rental properties require you to just be on. So I have a love-hate relationship with my phone, and I would love to just turn it off, disconnect, and leave it to the side. But in reality, because I'm responsible for homes that people live in, I have to keep it nearby. And so that is a challenge, is the more I try to get disconnected, I have to stay connected in that way. And then on top of that is maintenance calls are real. Plumbing issues are real. But you go through seasons. So it almost feels like when it rains, it pours. Is this property will have a plumbing issue. This property will be doing a turnover, and I'll be marketing for new renters. And then all of a sudden, for 2 months, I won't hear about anything with any of our units. And I think it's like understanding that when you're in those seasons, there's a calm after that storm, and you're not always going to be in that season. It's just a part of the game that you're playing, being a real estate investor. And on top of that is discerning who's responsible for issues when they arise. So we had one instance where I had a renter give me a call, and she sounded frantic, and she says, and I'm going to swear, but she says, "I'm standing in a pile of shit, and it's not mine." And immediately I said, "Okay, hold on 1 second," hung up the phone, called the local hotel, got her a confirmation number for her roommates and her dog to go spend the evening in while I took care of the problem. When she called me at that moment, I didn't ask her, how did it happen? What clogged the toilet? In reality, it didn't matter at that moment. What mattered is that she felt taken care of in that time of stress. And because of that, we had her for another 1.5 years, and then she actually filled our unit with one of her friends. So that's another thing that you got to think about is as you're taking care of these renters is vacancy is real. Vacancy happens all the time. But if somebody loves living in their space, their friends and family love being there too. And so they're probably going to fill that unit for you. And you don't lose a whole month's worth of rent by doing it.
Yeah. Well, that's a huge loss to your income if you
sure.
do have a vacancy.
For sure.
So any way you can cut down, that's great.
And that giving her a bad taste in her mouth from that experience would have probably caused her to not want to re-rent with me for another year and have somebody move in. So by me having her pay for that problem that might have happened because of her, I would have lost out on so much other money.
Want to hear more on this topic? Click the link below for the full episode of Maximizing Your Property Value.